The Tuesday morning Zoom call started with the usual chaotic energy of a company-wide update. Maya Chen adjusted her colorful, oversized glasses and checked her reflection in the camera preview. Behind her, the meticulously arranged bookshelf displayed her design awards and a few carefully chosen art pieces. She looked professional, she told herself. Artsy, but professional. 243 participants. The number ticked up in the corner of her screen as the entire staff of Catalyst Media logged on. Then the main screen shifted, and Sienna Blackwood appeared. The chat went silent. That was the effect Sienna had. At 32, she was the youngest founder in their industry's history, a woman who had built an empire on data analytics and sheer willpower. She wore a charcoal blazer that looked like it cost more than Maya's car, her dark blonde hair pulled back in a severe, flawless bun. Her expression was unreadable, as always. Maya felt the familiar flutter in her stomach. It was annoying, really. She was 26, a senior marketing coordinator on the verge of a major promotion, and yet every time Sienna Blackwood appeared on screen, Maya felt like a nervous teenager. "Good morning, everyone," Sienna's voice was crisp, cutting through the digital static. "We have a packed agenda today. Q3 projections, the new brand guidelines, and some significant staffing updates." Maya leaned forward. This was it, the staffing updates. She had been working toward this promotion for 6 months, pulling late nights, revamping their entire social strategy, practically living at the office. Sienna went through the numbers first. She was brilliant, analyzing complex data sets without looking at notes. Maya watched her, admiring the way Sienna's mind worked. It wasn't just a crush, Maya told herself. It was professional respect. Mostly. "And finally, I'd like to announce some well-deserved promotions," Sienna said, her gaze shifting slightly to the camera lens. It felt like she was looking directly at Maya. "First, in our marketing department. Maya Chen has been instrumental in our recent rebranding success. Her creative vision has driven a 40% increase in engagement." Maya smiled, her heart hammering against her ribs. "We are pleased to promote Maya to creative lead, effective immediately." Sienna paused, and for a split second, her professional mask slipped. The tiniest hint of warmth reached her eyes. "Congratulations, Maya." Maya unmuted her microphone. The chat was exploding with congratulations messages. The adrenaline was overwhelming. She felt dizzy with relief and excitement. "Thank you so much, Sienna," Maya said, her voice trembling slightly. "I'm incredibly parsed to step into this role. I won't let you down." "We know you won't," Sienna said, and then Maya's brain short-circuited. Maybe it was the lack of sleep. Maybe it was the months of suppressed admiration. Maybe it was just the overwhelming relief of finally being recognized by the woman she idolized. "Thank you, babe," Maya said. The silence that followed was absolute. It wasn't a glitch. It wasn't a connection error. It was the sound of 243 people simultaneously holding their breath. Maya froze. Her hand hovered over her mouth, but it was too late. The word hung in the digital air, heavy and undeniable. "Babe." She had called the CEO of her company babe, in front of everyone. Maya looked at the screen, praying for a laugh, praying for Sienna to smile, to make a joke, to brush it off as a slip of the tongue. Sienna didn't smile. Sienna's face went completely blank. The warmth that had been there a moment ago vanished, replaced by a mask of icy professionalism. She stared at the camera, her jaw tight. There was no laughter in the chat. Just a stream of stunned emojis and question marks that were quickly deleted. Sienna didn't say anything. She didn't acknowledge the slip. She didn't say "you're welcome." She simply reached forward and ended the meeting. The screen went black. Meeting ended by host. Maya stared at her reflection in the dark monitor. Her own face looked back at her, pale and horrified. "Oh my God," she whispered to the empty room. "Oh my God." Her phone started buzzing, then her Slack notifications. A deluge of messages. Lily, her best friend in accounting. "Did you just?" Marcus from design, RIP Maya. Unknown number. That was the bravest thing I've ever seen. Maya put her head between her knees, trying to breathe. She hadn't been trying to be brave. She hadn't been trying to be anything other than grateful. It was a slip. A stupid, meaningless slip of the tongue. But the way Sienna had looked at her before cutting the feed, that hadn't been meaningless. That had been the look of a woman who had just realized she made a mistake trusting Maya. Maya waited for an email, a call, something. 10 minutes passed. 20. Her promotion was supposed to be effective immediately. At 10:45 a.m., an email arrived. It wasn't from Sienna. It was from HR. Subject: meeting request regarding today's call. Maya felt tears prick her eyes. She wasn't getting fired, surely, not for one word. It was a mistake. She opened the email. Maya, please report to the HR conference room at 11:30 a.m. We need to discuss the incident during the all-hands meeting. Sienna Blackwood will not be present. Will not be present. Of course she wouldn't. CEOs didn't handle disciplinary meetings for marketing coordinators who accidentally sexually harassed them in front of the entire company. Maya walked into the office 45 minutes later. The silence was deafening. People looked up as she passed, then quickly looked away. The whisper stopped the moment she entered a room. It was like walking to her own execution. The HR director, a stern woman named Patricia, was waiting. Sit down, Maya. Maya sat. I want to explain, she started, her voice shaking. It was a complete accident. I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone right before the meeting and the word just slipped out. It meant nothing. Patricia didn't look convinced. She had a notepad in front of her. Maya, we have received several complaints regarding the incident. Complaints? Maya blinked. From who? From employees who felt the interaction displayed a lack of professionalism and suggested a level of familiarity that makes them uncomfortable. Uncomfortable? There are rumors, Maya. Patricia's voice was devoid of sympathy. Rumors that your promotion was not based entirely on merit. Maya felt like she had been slapped. That's not true. Look at my numbers. Look at the engagement reports. I earned this. Perception is reality in a corporate environment, Patricia said. When you address the CEO with a pet name immediately after receiving a promotion, it paints a very specific picture. It was a mistake, Maya pleaded. Please, just let me apologize to Sienna. I can't explain. Ms. Blackwood has requested that all communication go through official channels for the time being, Patricia said. She wants to ensure there is no ambiguity about the nature of your professional relationship. Maya felt cold. Sienna had requested it. So she's freezing me out. She is protecting the company, Patricia corrected, and her own reputation. And yours, frankly. So am I fired? No. But your promotion is on hold, pending a review of your conduct and a cooling-off period. You will remain in your current role. We will revisit the creative lead position in 90 days. 90 days. Maya nodded slowly. She hadn't been fired. That should have been a relief. But as she walked back to her desk, passing the closed door of Sienna's office, she felt something heavy settle in her chest. Sienna's blinds were drawn. The freeze had begun. The next 2 weeks were a study in isolation. Maya Chen, once the rising star of the marketing department, was now a pariah. The creative lead office that had been cleared for her remained empty. She stayed at her cubicle, keeping her head down, working twice as hard to prove she was still valuable. Sienna was a ghost. Before the incident, Sienna would often walk through the creative floor. She would stop by desks, ask questions, offer feedback. Maya lived for those moments. Now, Sienna never came downstairs. If Maya saw her, it was from a distance. Walking rapidly to the elevator, flanked by assistants, eyes fixed straight ahead. She never looked at Maya. Not once. Emails that used to come directly from Sienna now came from her executive assistant, David. Sienna would like you to revise the deck. Sienna approved the budget. Sienna is unavailable for the review meeting. It was professional, it was appropriate, it was excruciating. The rumors didn't stop. If anything, the silence fueled them. I heard they were sleeping together and Sienna cut it off, Marcus whispered to someone in the break room, not knowing Maya was around the corner. No, I heard Maya is obsessed with her and Sienna is terrified, the other person replied. Maya gripped her coffee mug until her knuckles turned white. She wanted to scream. She wanted to quit. But quitting would look like an admission of guilt. It would prove them right. So she stayed. Week 3, the Johnson campaign. This was the biggest project of the year. Maya had been leading the creative strategy before the demotion that wasn't a demotion. The kickoff meeting was scheduled for Tuesday. Sienna had to be there. It was her legacy client. Maya dressed carefully that morning. A black turtleneck, tailored trousers. Serious, professional. No colorful glasses today. She put in her contacts. She needed to look like a creative lead, even if she didn't have the title. The conference room was full. Sienna sat at the head of the table. Maya walked in. She felt the eyes on her. "Good morning," Maya said to the room, keeping her voice steady. Sienna didn't look up from her tablet. "Morning," she murmured, her tone flat. Maya took the seat furthest from Sienna. "Let's begin," Sienna said. The meeting was brutal. Sienna tore apart every idea. She wasn't yelling, she was calm, cold, and surgical. "This concept lacks depth," she said about Maya's opening pitch. "It feels derivative." Maya swallowed. "I can rework the visuals. The core data supports this direction, though." "I'm not interested in data that supports mediocrity," Sienna snapped. The room went silent. Sienna had never spoken to Maya like that. Sienna barely raised her voice, ever. Maya felt her face heat. "I understand. I'll bring fresh concepts by end of day. See that you do." Sienna finally looked at her. And Maya wished she hadn't. Sienna's eyes were ice. There was no anger, just a profound disappointment. A distance so vast Maya didn't know how to cross it. After the meeting, David caught Maya in the hall. "She's under a lot of pressure," David said quietly. "The board heard about the Zoom incident. They're asking questions about leadership judgment." Maya felt sick. It wasn't just rumors. She had actually jeopardized Sienna's standing. "I didn't know," Maya whispered. "She's fighting to keep you on the project," David added. "HR wanted to pull you off the Johnson campaign entirely. Sienna said no. She said you're the only one who can deliver." Maya stared at him. "She defended me?" "Professionally, yes." David gave her a sympathetic look. "Just don't give her reason to regret it." Maya went back to her desk and worked until midnight. She redesigned the entire campaign. She didn't go home. She slept on the couch in the break room for 3 hours, showered at the gym across the street, and was back at her desk by 6 a.m. She would fix this. She had to. By month 2, the dynamic had shifted from acute crisis to chronic pain. Maya delivered the Johnson campaign. It was flawless. The client loved it. Sienna approved it via email. "Good work." 2 words. No exclamation point. Maya missed the exclamation points. She missed the warmth. She missed the Sienna who would sit on the edge of her desk and debate font choices. She missed the Sienna who had looked at her with pride. One rainy Tuesday evening, Maya was the last one in the office. Or she thought she was. She was waiting for an Uber in the lobby. The elevator dinged. Sienna stepped out. She looked exhausted. Her perfect bun was slightly loose. She was holding a stack of files. She stopped when she saw Maya. For a moment, neither of them moved. The lobby security guard was on a break. It was just them and the sound of rain against the glass. "Maya?" Sienna said. Her voice sounded tired. "Hi, Sienna." Maya clutched her bag strap. "I was just leaving." Sienna nodded. "Good. Go home. It's late." "You're still here?" Maya pointed out. "I have work to do." "You always have work to do." Sienna's jaw tightened. "Someone has to run the company." The words hung there, sharp, defensive. Maya took a step closer. Not too close. Just enough to be heard over the rain. "I'm sorry," Maya said. "I know I've said it in emails and to HR, but I haven't been able to say it to you. I am so sorry for what happened, for the embarrassment I caused you." Sienna looked away. "It's done, Maya. Let's move on." "We haven't moved on," Maya said, surprised by her own boldness. "You can barely look at me. You hate me." "I don't hate you," Sienna said quietly. "Then why are you punishing me?" "I'm not punishing you. I'm maintaining boundaries." "You're erasing me," Maya said, her voice cracking. "You're treating me like a liability." Because you are a liability, Sienna snapped, turning back to face her. Her eyes flashed with sudden, rare anger. Do you have any idea what the last 2 months have been like for me? I know the board is angry, Maya began. It's not just the board. Sienna dropped the files on the security desk with a loud thud. It's everyone. Every decision I make regarding you is scrutinized. If I praise your work, it's favoritism. If I critique it, it's overcompensation. I can't be your boss anymore, Maya. I have to be your judge. I didn't mean for this to happen. Intent doesn't matter. Impact matters. Sienna ran a hand over her face. You put me in an impossible position. I built this company from nothing. I fought for every scrap of respect I have. And in 1 second, you reduced me to a punchline, to a rumor. Is that all I am to you? A punchline? Sienna looked at her then. Really looked at her. For the first time in 60 days, the ice cracked. No, Sienna whispered. That's the problem. Maya's breath caught. What? If you were just an employee, I would have fired you. Sienna's voice was shaking. HR recommended termination. They said it was a liability to keep you. Why didn't you? Because you're brilliant, Sienna said. And because what? Sienna closed her eyes. Because I couldn't do it. The air in the lobby shifted. It wasn't cold anymore. It was electric. Sienna, Maya breathed. Don't. Sienna stepped back, the walls slamming back up. Do not read into this. I kept you because you are valuable to the company. That is all. It doesn't feel like that's all. That is all it can be, Sienna said firmly. Go home, Maya. Sienna grabbed her files and walked out the front door into the rain, not waiting for her driver. Maya watched her go, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. She hadn't fired her because she couldn't do it. That was the crumb Maya held on to. It was pathetic, maybe, but it was hope. Month 3 brought the breaking point. The annual industry gala. Catalyst Media was up for Agency of the Year. Sienna had to attend. The senior team had to attend. That included Maya, technically, though she hadn't been invited to any senior meetings lately. Jennifer from PR stopped by Maya's desk. You're coming tonight, right? Sienna wants a full team photo if we win. Does she? Maya asked doubtfully. She put you on the list herself. Maya wore a deep emerald dress. It was elegant, understated. She felt like an imposter putting it on. The gala was crowded. Loud music, expensive champagne, industry rivals circling like sharks. Maya stuck to the edges of the room. She saw Sienna across the ballroom. Sienna looked devastating in a black tuxedo suit with a plunging neckline. She was surrounded by investors. Maya watched her, drinking a sparkling water. She wasn't going to approach her. She knew the rules. Well, look who it is, the CEO's pet. Maya turned. It was Greg, a creative director from a rival agency. He had applied for the job Maya had gotten. He was drunk. Excuse me? Maya said coldly. Everyone knows how you got that promotion, babe, Greg sneered, emphasizing the word. Maya felt her blood freeze. Excuse me? Don't play dumb? The Zoom call? It's legendary. We all saw the recording. Someone leaked it. Leaked it? Maya felt the room spin. It had gone outside the company? Yeah. Greg stepped closer, invading her space. Must be nice. Sleeping your way to the middle? How is she in bed? Is she as cold as she looks? Maya saw red. She didn't think. She shoved him. Get away from me. Greg stumbled back, laughing. Feisty. I like it. He reached for her arm. Maya pulled back, her elbow knocking into a waiter passing with a tray of champagne. The crash was deafening. Glass shattered. Silence rippled through the ballroom. Everyone turned. Maya stood there, emerald dress splashed with champagne, standing over broken glass. Greg was laughing, and Sienna was there. She had cut through the crowd. She stood between Maya and Greg. Is there a problem? Sienna's voice was low, deadly. Greg stopped laughing. He looked at Sienna, then at Maya. Just having a chat with your girl, Sienna, asking for some career advice. Get out, Sienna said. It's a public event, Greg sneered. I said get out, or security will remove you. And I will personally call your CEO and explain exactly why. Greg paled. He muttered something and retreated. Sienna turned to Maya. Are you okay? Maya was shaking. Everyone was staring. The whispers were starting again. I didn't... He was saying... Maya couldn't finish. I know, Sienna said softly. I heard him. Sienna took off her tuxedo jacket and draped it over Maya's shoulders, covering the champagne stain. Come with me. Sienna led her out of the ballroom, past the staring eyes, past the photographers, out to the balcony. The night air was cold. Maya pulled the jacket tighter. It smelled like sienna, cedar and rain. You shouldn't have done that, Maya whispered. He was harassing you. Everyone saw. They're going to talk. Let them talk. No, Sienna. Maya turned to her, tears finally spilling over. They're saying I slept my way to the top. They're saying you're compromised. It's hurting your reputation. It's hurting the company. I don't care about the company right now. Yes, you do. It's your life. It's everything to you. Maya looked at Sienna's face, the lines of exhaustion around her eyes, the tension in her jaw. I'm ruining it, Maya realized. Just by being here. Just by existing in your orbit. As long as I'm here, you're weak. You're the CEO who couldn't fire the girl who humiliated her. I'm resigning, Maya said. Sienna froze. What? I'm quitting. Tomorrow. I'll send the letter. No, Sienna said immediately. No, you're not quitting because of some drunk idiot. It's not just him. It's everything. It's the last 3 months. It's the way you look at me. Or don't look at me. I look at you, Sienna whispered. Not like you used to. Maya took a breath. It was the hardest thing she had ever done. I can't do this anymore, Sienna. I can't be the reason you're failing, and I can't work for someone who is forced to ignore me to survive. It's killing me. Maya, I love you, Maya said. The words were quiet, lost to the wind. Sienna flinched. I love you, Maya repeated, and I think maybe you might have felt something for me too. Once. Before I ruined it. Sienna didn't speak. She gripped the railing of the balcony until her knuckles were white. But I can't stay. It's the only way to fix this. If I leave, the rumors die. You go back to being the untouchable CEO. I go find a job somewhere else. You deserve better than that, Sienna said, her voice rough. I deserve to be happy. And I'm not happy here. Not anymore. Maya slipped the tuxedo jacket off her shoulders. She handed it back to Sienna. Goodbye, Sienna. Maya walked away. She walked through the ballroom, head held high. She didn't look back. The next morning, Maya sent her resignation letter. Effective immediately. She didn't clear out her desk. She asked HR to mail her things. She couldn't go back into that building. She spent 3 days in bed. Lily brought her soup and didn't say I told you so. On the 4th day, Maya started updating her portfolio. On the 5th day, her doorbell rang. It was 8 p.m. It was raining again. Maya opened the door in her sweatpants. Sienna was standing on her porch. No umbrella. Soaked to the bone. Sienna? Can I come in? Maya stepped back. Sienna walked into the small apartment. She looked around, taking in the colorful posters, the messy desk, the cat sleeping on the rug. You resigned, Sienna said. You got the email. I didn't accept it. You don't have a choice. It's a resignation, not a request. Sienna turned to her. Water dripped from her hair onto Maya's floor. I resigned too. The world stopped. What? Maya asked. I resigned. Today. I stepped down as CEO. Maya stared at her. You what? I appointed David as interim CEO. The board accepted it. I retain my shares, but I'm no longer involved in daily operations. Why? Maya screamed. Why would you do that? It's your company. It's your life. Because you were right, Sienna said calmly. About what? About me being weak. Sienna took a step closer. I was weak, Maya. Not because I didn't fire you, but because I let fear dictate my life for 3 months. I let rumors and board members and public perception decide how I treated the person I. Sienna took a shaky breath. The person I love. Maya felt her knees give out. She grabbed the back of a chair. You. I love you, Sienna said. She said it loudly, clearly. I fell in love with you the day you argued with me about the color palette for the Johnson campaign. I loved you when you accidentally called me babe, and I loved you every single day I ignored you. But you ignored me. You froze me out. Because I was terrified, Sienna admitted. I thought if I got close to you, I would lose everything. The company, my reputation, my control. And now you left. And I realized I still had the company. I still had the reputation. And I felt completely, utterly empty. Sienna reached out, her hand trembling. She touched Maya's cheek. Her hand was cold from the rain. I chose the wrong thing, Maya. I chose the title over the person. I'm trying to correct that. You quit your job, Maya whispered. You really quit. I can build another company, Sienna said. I can't build another you. But what about us? Maya asked. The rumors? They don't matter anymore. I'm not your boss. You're not my employee. We're just two unemployed people standing in a living room. Sienna smiled. It was a small, terrified smile. Unless you don't want me, if I'm too late, if I hurt you too much. You hurt me a lot, Maya said honestly. I know. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. If you let me. Maya looked at the woman standing in her living room. The former CEO. The woman who had built an empire and walked away from it because she didn't want to be empty anymore. You're wet, Maya said. I noticed. You should probably take those clothes off. Sienna's eyebrows raised. Is that an invitation? Maya smiled. Her first real smile in 3 months. It's a start. Maya reached out and pulled Sienna into a kiss. It wasn't a movie kiss. It was desperate. It tasted like rain and regret and hope. When they broke apart, Sienna rested her forehead against Maya's. Hi, babe, Sienna whispered. Maya laughed, a choked, watery sound. Hi, boss. Ex-boss, Sienna corrected. Just Sienna. Just Sienna, Maya agreed. And that was enough.